It is finally here. The Doctor Who spin-off series, which we've known about for quite some time, has just been officially announced at San Diego Comic-Con 2024. It is titled The War Between the Land and the Sea, and we kinda knew that for a while. They even teased that in a 73 Yards episode when the Doctor and Ruby step out of the Tardis. The Doctor basically says to Ruby, hear the waves crashing against the rocks, the war between the land and the sea. Whether this is an in-joke or a reference, who knows, but it is now official. What is the series all about? Well, to give you a quick rundown to not waste your time, but keep watching for the big details, the series is very much about the Sea Devils, yes, the main old species from Doctor Who. We have seen in recent times in a Jodie Whittaker, aka 13th Doctor special episode, Legend of the Sea Devils. They're coming back to wage war against humanity, it seems. According to showrunner Russell Tovey, they've woken up, they've seen what we have done to the oceans, and they're pretty upset. Understandable, I'd say. UNIT are going to go head to head to them. Our first two cast members confirmed for the series are Jemma Redgrave as Kate Lethbridge Stewart, the UNIT Commander-in-Chief, who we've recently seen in the Doctor Who season of Shuzigawa, and of course the 60th specials with David Tennant's 14th Doctor. She's back with UNIT, and joining her is the ever so amazing Colonel Ibrahim, played by Alexander Devrient. He's been a mainstay in the recent appearances of UNIT, teaming up with Kate Stewart, and also if you watched the Legend of Ruby Sunday episode, or Empire of Death, very closely, there was a hint about maybe a spark of a relationship between Kate Stewart and Colonel Ibrahim. Not quite sure what to make of that one, whether it'll be built up in the series, we don't quite know. We do know both characters will appear in the second season of Doctor Who, which will be coming up next year. In terms of details when you can expect to see the spin-off series, don't get your hopes up just yet. The series is not even been filmed. It's actually due to start filming next month in August and sort of going into September. Things do get a bit weirder, so stay tuned. I'm going to quickly interject, we're Tardis Central by the way, we bring you the latest in Doctor Who news, lore and more. It would mean the world to us if you hit that subscribe button to support the channel, as we would love to share more news about this series when and where we get it. As heads up, we're in Cardiff and we know they're going to be filming in public soon, so we're going to get the news straight to you as you do not want to miss this. The first Doctor Who spin-off since the days of the Sarah Jane Adventures in Torchwood. We're not counting Class, I guess we kind of are, but you know, the first main spin-off, it is fantastic. Here's more details for you. Okay, let's talk about the other sides of the cast. So we actually have Russell Tovey turning up as one of the main cast. We don't know who he'll be playing, but he has been in Doctor Who before. He was actually in the episode Voyage of the Damned, where he played Midshipman Frame, a sort of supporting character for David Tennant's 10th Doctor and Kylie Minogue's supporting companion for that episode. He did survive the episode, but according to Russell T. Davies, Russell Tovey will not be playing Midshipman Frame again. This is not the same character. It is an odd choice, but this is Doctor Who. It's not unheard of for characters or actors to play characters again, or not the same person. I mean, we had that with Martha Jones when, you know, she played a Torchwood worker in the Battle of Canary Wharf episodes, which I'm now forgetting off the top of my head. What were they called? Doomsday, that's what it was. And Ghost, Army of Ghosts, very good. I do remember. See, we are a Doctor Who channel. Martha did play, Freema Agyeman did play a character in those episodes who was then dead by the end of it, and then she came back to play Martha Jones literally in the next season. Funny I mentioned Martha Jones. No, don't get your hopes up. Martha is not returning for series at the moment. It would be nice to see her back, but it doesn't appear to be the case. However, a character that is close to her is an interesting combination here. Actress Gugu Mbatha-Raw, who played Tish, Martha's sister in series 3 of Doctor Who's Return, is coming back. The actress is, not the character. Tish Jones isn't coming back, but the actress is coming back. We don't know who she's playing. She'll be working alongside Russell Tovey as the sort of main leads of the series, who will then be supported by Jemma Redgrave and Alexander Devrient as Kate Stewart and Colonel Ibrahim. We don't know any details about what the characters will be doing. Obviously, we know UNIT will be involved, but we don't know who these specific characters are. Could they be UNIT scientists? Could they be reporters? Maybe someone else? Freelance monster hunters? We don't quite know. It's really going to be interesting to see where they take this series, particularly with two people we've seen in Doctor Who before. Ultimately, Russell T. Davies could just be trolling us and they could be playing the original characters. We don't quite know. Davies has said that this drama will shake the Who universe to its core. Now, of course, this does sort of sound like, you know, drum up words to create excitement and, you know, spread hype for a series. But, you know, we don't really know what's going to go on, essentially. However, we do know something pretty interesting. I mentioned 73 Yards at the start of this video. That was a really interesting episode and probably my favourite of the entire new season of Doctor Who, even if the ending did let it down a little bit. Regardless, Dylan Holmes Williams, who actually directed the episode, and I think regardless what you think of the writing of that episode, The direction of it did really, really well, with Millie Gibson running around trying to figure out who that woman was. Dylan Holmes-Williams will return to direct The War Between the Land and the Sea. So he's lined up to start directing next month and in September, which is going to be really exciting. I think Dylan's a fantastic director and he's going to do a smashing job with this, and I can't wait to see where it goes. As mentioned, filming for the series will start in August and probably go into September with delays and things like that. No ideas on where a location will start filming just yet. Probably in Cardiff and the surrounding areas. Expect maybe to be back in Swansea again. Maybe on the cliff tops over in Tenby where they did film 73 Yards. That would make a lot of sense to go back there and film it. Now, the Sea Devils are back once again. If you've been watching Doctor Who for the last 5-10 years, you would have seen him in the Legend of the Sea Devils episode, which was a Jodie Whittaker special. One of the last, actually, before she regenerated in a Centenary special. There, they sort of just popped up and didn't really do much. They were kind of still underground and sort of things like that. It was kind of hard to explain. I would go and watch the episode. Don't worry though, we will do a dedicated Doctor Who Explained episode on who the Sea Devils actually are, as you probably are going to need to know that before we get to the spin-off series. It's going to be quite pivotal information and you need to get to know that. In terms of what I think of the series, I think it's a really exciting idea. I'm a little bit hesitant to where it'll go just yet. I think spin-off series really need a solid cast to push themselves forward. I think it's going to work. Jemma Redgrave is a fantastic actress. Colonel Ibrahim is a fantastic actor. We haven't got much of him. Sorry, Alexander Devrient is a fantastic actor. We haven't got much of Colonel Ibrahim. You can tell I'm excited. I hopefully the series will sort of flesh him out a little bit more, as it would be great to see him, act out and bring more life to the character. In a recent interview, he did say how much he enjoyed playing the Colonel and sort of adding emotion and more depth to him. So hopefully it is something we see going forward into the spin-off series. In terms of where the plot could go, I don't really know. It's a lot to wrap up in 5 episodes. Are you actually going to go to war with the Sea Devils? Are we going to have guns and battles and trucks blowing up? Or is it going to be more of a talking and diplomatic approach, essentially? It will be really interesting to see where it goes. And I'm kind of on the fence. I kind of wanted something like a Torchwood or Dedicated Unit spin-off series, but we're kind of getting at it in a way. This almost feels like a merge between the two. We also don't know the direction yet. Will it be dark? Will it be more like kid-friendly? Doctor Who is very much a family show. We've kind of seen that in recent times with Ncuti Gatwa's first season, whereas Torchwood as a spin-off series was very adult-focused. I will say Doctor Who back in Russell T Davies' first era, we had Doctor Who as sort of a middle ground. Sarah Jane Adventures more as the younger family show, and Torchwood was definitely for the adults. We all sort of remember that episode with the dust, I think it was, wasn't it? I'm not going to go into it, but the lady that made things happen to people when she did things. You know which episode I'm referencing, but I'm not going to say it, as YouTube might get unhappy with us. Regardless, it'll be interesting to see if The War Between the Land and the Sea follows that certain format, whether this is going to be a more adult spin-off or something like that. I do expect we'll learn more details in the coming days, which will be rather exciting. I kind of want to know those details. I want to know what to expect from this series. Is it going to be adult and dark like Torchwood, or is it going to be more friendly like the Sarah Jane Adventures? Honestly, we don't know. It'll be pretty interesting though. I am definitely excited. Speaking of writing the series, it's actually written by showrunner Russell T Davies, of course it is, but also he is joined by Pete McTighe. Now he worked on Kablam and Praxis with Chris Chibnall in Jodie Whittaker's era. He's also done some books and things like that, and some other stuff I believe, off the top of my head. Regardless, those episodes are actually quite good, and no matter what you think of Jodie Whittaker's era, I do think they are rather cool. So it'll be interesting to see what he brings to the table. I'm excited to have more writers on board, and it's not just Russell T Davies. I do feel like the writing of the most recent series was a little bit up and down at times. So hopefully another writer into the mix will sort of, steer the ship essentially and maybe make it go in a different direction. Hopefully. As I will say, the big final reveal and the final battle of Doctor Who's latest season wasn't the best. So, that's something to think about. Regardless, The War Between the Land and the Sea is due to start filming next month. You can bet yourself that we will have filming material and news as soon as it does, so make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay in the know for Doctor Who universe, particularly the spin-off, as it's going to be very, very exciting. I've been Jack, thank you very much for watching, and we'll keep bringing you the latest from San Diego Comic Con and the Doctor Who universe.